Hi, Liopa develop automated lip reading technology, the ability to figure out what someone is saying from the movement of their lips alone. There are many applications for what we do. One of these is our SRAVI Patient Carer Communications Aid, and I'll talk about SRAVI in these slides. SRAVI is a communications aid for patients with severely impaired speech. It's categorized as an AAC or Augmentative and Alternative Communications device. SRAVI is based on Liopa's patent-pending AI-based lip-reading technology. We can analyze lip movements and figure out what someone is trying to say. We're effectively giving a voice to the voiceless. We are initially focusing SRAVI on critical care environments, although the application can be used in any setting, for example, at home. There are many conditions that can impact a patient's ability to speak either temporarily or permanently. Within critical care environments, it's common, for example, to have patients with tracheostomies and laryngectomies. These procedures can severely impact the patient's ability to speak. The sudden inability to communicate can cause these patients a lot of stress, impacting their mental and physical well-being. These patients and their carers often need to communicate brief but urgent information quickly. There are many existing products on the market today that can help speech-impaired people communicate better. These are almost all grid-based. The user selects letters, words, and symbols from a grid to build up sentences which are then vocalized. These products are unsuitable for use in critical care environments for many reasons. Primarily, patients in these environments are generally very unwell and neither have the mental lucidity or manual dexterity to operate or to be trained on the use of these grid-based applications. Also, some of these grid-based devices require bespoke stands and mounting brackets, which simply get in the way within a dynamic critical care environment. SRAVI is the first patient care communications aid focused on unwell patients. The carer or clinician simply downloads the application onto their smartphone and points the camera towards the patient. The patient will attempt to say a phrase. SRAVI and our lip reading technology will analyze the patient video, figure out what the patient is trying to say, and return the text of the phrase on screen, and which can then be vocalized. There's no user training required. All the patient needs to do is to move their lips. This allows them to communicate urgent basic information quickly to their carers. We're also developing a feature called Remote SRAVI, which will allow these patients to partake in video chats with their loved ones at home. We have trials in several intensive care units within the NHS in the UK, and we plan to release the first commercial version of the application in Q2 of this year. Note that ICU-based COVID patients are given tracheostomies to wean them off ventilators, and thus the number of patients with communications issues has been rising dramatically over the course of the pandemic, making SRAVI increasingly relevant within critical care environments. As mentioned earlier, there are many applications for what we do, and look out for separate videos detailing these different use cases. Some examples include the ability to detect if a speaker in a surveillance or CCTV video has said a certain word or phrase. This can help security personnel who are looking at persons of interest. There is generally no audio available with surveillance footage, and thus the lip movement is the only modality that can be analysed. Also, detecting accurately when a certain person starts to speak in a video can be very useful, but difficult if there is no audio or where there are several people speaking. Our technology can also be used to secretly communicate with other participants in video chats. for example in team-based gaming scenarios. I'll leave you with a quote from a leading ICU clinician who has been using SRAVI. If Liopa, SRAVI or any of the other use cases I've mentioned are of interest, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.